Yesterday I had a conversation with someone who shared that he has some friends who are dealing with anxiety, depression, this type of mind issues, or the doctors call this one a mental health issue. And it happened that sometimes when I talk to people, I tap into their information, so they have these questions or ideas, and when I talk, I retrieve the data and I have the answers. I'm not a psychic to be able to tap into people life secrets or what they think or what they ate yesterday. They are people, gifted people who have this ability, including monks, including priests, including deep meditators. But I'm far from that, and I'm not interested to get sometimes people's death. Lots of people are suffering these days after the pandemic, and their mental health decayed over the last 2-3 years, and now people have this baggage of data, the unwanted data they want to hide because they feel ashamed. Other people want to share it, and I don't want to take that data. It's too much, and it's a decayed data to me. It's like okay, I learned from stuff like that. I went through this journey, and I'm done. But when it's something new to me, like new way of thinking, like maybe multiple personalities, which I'm not familiar with that type of stuff. Let me move the car away from this spot. I'm at the customer site. I just got here and I have a couple of minutes to share a few thoughts. And I'm talking to this person, and I'm getting an answer to a pressing question he might have, and he's replying, not only this person but other people as well. Oh, you know, that's funny because I just met someone who said this, and or you know what, it's like it's interesting that you're saying that because I just thought of this one yesterday. Yeah, so they have this type of replies, and at first when it happened years before, I thought, yeah, it's interesting, how come I got this information, how come I felt what he is thinking of. But now it's like okay, it doesn't happen with everyone. And with this person, he shared that he has these friends who suffer of this so-called mental illness, which in my view is not really mental illness. It's unbalanced ways of thinking, which are easy to be reversed. It's like a self-programming that leads to this shifted ways of thinking. Mental illness is, I can consider mental illness when people cannot get out without external help. Like they got into self-programming that is affecting the brain structure. It's affecting like the brain got rewired based on that type of thinking, or based on powerful trauma or some emotions. Like someone lost their child and now they start going deep into the hole, and the thinking shifts and they start rewiring the brain, and rewiring the brain is affect the way the people maintain their body, or this horse you've got when you came to this life, to use for changing the world and your reality and exploring life. And so that's the idea. When people lose this ability of maintaining the body health because of this mental shift into something unhealthy thinking, like I said, they call it mental illness or mental health problem. It could be, it depends how deep people go into. Once they get into that, it's very difficult to realize why, because it shifted the reality and the new reality settles in, and the viewer or this person who is sensing the new reality they created or other people created, let's say someone got programmed by parents to sense certain type of reality, because the parent wants the kid to feel like he's a doctor, he's an engineer, or the parent wants the kid to feel like he is the greatest person in the world, or he is the most stupid kid around. So it can go either way. Like, some parents are so bullying and they make kids to believe that they are so weak and so stupid and so worthless, and the kids buy this perceived new reality, or the parent wants the kid to think that the other parent is such a bad person, and it takes some time of pounding that information. Like, you take a hammer, you take a funnel and you keep putting that information into the kid's mind, and if the kid is not open to receive anything else, because the kid puts trust into that bullying or intimidating, or maybe parent influences the kid's mind, the kid absorbs only what's available. Same thing when it's only McDonald's around, you only take that McDonald's into your body. Or if you are looking for a mate, for a person to be your life partner, if it's only junkies around, slowly you accept that the reality, and you shift into that thinking. Or if the communists wants you to believe that their political system is best, it takes some time until you kind of swallow that doctrine and you live with a new reality. Same thing they did with the pandemic. They made millions and millions of people believe that the vaccines are really necessary. Even 2 years after new data, they believe that without this measles or monkeypox vaccine, you won't survive. And people believe that because that's the only available information from the media and from the politicians and from the doctors being used as puppets to spread this information. So same thing, people get programmed by external forces or by internal thoughts. Then they shift their reality and they don't realize that their thinking is different than other people thinking. And what they do, they compare themselves with people around. So when people make friends, generally they make friends people who confirm some sort of ways of thinking, because it makes them feel good. It's like, I feel like I'm right. People who want to feel righteous, they pick and choose the friends or people they talk to who confirm their thinking. Nobody wants the pain. Nobody wants to think that they are wrong. maybe they lived into a bullying relationship. They were told that you are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong all day long, and now they want to escape that, and they are going out and looking for friends. Same thing with teenagers. They were bullied teenagers, the kids who were told all day that they were wrong, they were stupid, they were incompetent and stuff. They go around, they seek someone who make them feel good, feel that they are right, they are significant. And if it happens that bad people are around, these teenagers will pick the first bad person showing up, and generally the drug dealers, they recognize these teens. Anyway, that's a different topic. Talking about this friend, this person who said that he has friends. I'm not sure why he has friends, this type of people. Maybe because he cares about people and he saw people in distress or in suffering, and he want to give them a hand. And maybe he was listening or empathetic, or an empath. Maybe he's an empath, and he decided to talk to these people who are down, suffering, and they need someone, and it's difficult to find service like a mental service available now, or without paying $150 an hour for counseling and stuff. So these people generally don't have much money. That's the idea. People who get into depression are marginalized. They lose work, they lose health, and they go down into the hole, and it's very difficult for them to get back up. And they cannot afford this type of services like a counseling or maybe psychiatrist. And if they want to get a free covered psychiatrist, they have to wait long wait lines, and when people live with panic attacks and anxiety, this is not an option. You can't really wait for months to see someone, to talk to someone. The old days, people used to go to church, talk to the priest, have life groups, and share with other people similar experiences. And for some reason I see a drug addict here in North Vancouver. That's really weird. This is not a place where you can see drug addicts. She is a girl, a woman. I don't want to point the camera. I don't want you to see who's my customer. But she is just looking like she is lost. She is looking for something on the ground, and she moves like she has these weird moves, like she got some drugs. Really strange. In this area, this is a fancy area of Vancouver. Usually but I'm picking up information. I stopped here because I know in a couple of minutes after done with the recording, I'm going to talk to this person. I'm going to talk to give her comfort. She may not understand. She may be so messed up. She may not get what I'm going to say. But anyway, I know what's my purpose. And now with the depression, people who live with depression, they are so messed up, the mind is altered, the healthy thinking is altered, and when they deal with that, they need dopamine, they need to feel good, and that's many times is against a healthy diet. People get these tasty foods, people get sweets, junk food, processed food. This is an industry that produces stuff for dopamine seeking people. and they don't openly share it, and the health official never tell the public the junk food and processed foods are rich tasting foods that are supplying dopamine for those who suffer, right? Healthy thinking people, they know this is unhealthy stuff. I rather cook, I rather bake something and enjoy the process of making food. But the dopamine seeking people, the depressed people, consider the baking or cooking is a chore that does not generate the pleasure, that does not generate the dopamine. I mean, some people still get the pleasure even they have depression. They get the pleasure from cooking, but most people are so ill, they seek shortcuts, how to get this quick, how to get this dopamine quick, how to avoid going to go for a walk, exercise. So maintaining the body for them does not produce dopamine, does not produce that pleasure. It's more of a chore. So when people suffer of depression, they I see stressed out people. So someone left the Chinese food type of container right on top of the car and is driving with that Chinese food right on top. Yeah, I have to stress out, these days people are messed up left and right. It's like their attention span is lost, their focus, their ability to think clearly, they are not thinking logically. It's because of this fear that, so this guy is driving and is going to drive faster until the box is going to fall off and make garbage on the ground. I don't know, hopefully it's empty, it's just going to be an empty box on the road. It's interesting to see that, and I'm not getting mad, but it's like just like a weird to see this shifting of the general people, like the general population, how they call it in the jail, a mindset. So I have to let you go. If you suffer of depression, you need to make sure you don't lose the care for your body. You have to find ways that gives you pleasure while exercising. So exercise maybe in a best environment that gives you good feeling. If the gym gives you some TV screen that generates some pleasure, like watch some comedy, listen music while you work out, do that. That's fun, and it'll make you want to go back to that dopamine generating experience. Find love. The thing is, it's difficult to find love when the depressed people don't really have that mental energy to generate loving emotions for self and for others. And generally they match up, they pair up with a similar type of vibe. And the loving people detect that. They say, you know what, I can't fall in love with this person unless I have a compassion. But I can't fall in love with this person because this is kind of a negative thinking person. It's like, so not many people, loving people, want to share their love with people who don't know love, unless they want to pick them up from the ground. Like compassionate people who have so much love, like the Teresa Maria, or Jesus. Yeah, Jesus is full of love and compassion and all that. So he has so much energy to share, to heal, but how many Jesus are walking around on these recent modern days, when people grow up being programmed to live with fear, like a kid's walking down the street with a mask on the face? That's living with fear. It's programming done by the politician, by the society, by the healthcare system, right? So if you see kids, like supposedly healthy kids, walking alone with a mask on the face, that's the fear showing, like a kid walking with a fear vibe. and they grow up, and they are in millions, right? So anyway, so I have to go. I had this my little break, and talk to you later. Again, depression get you into this down spiral. You neglect your body, you lose health, and when the brain is monitoring the body, if it does, if not, is normal, if it's losing the ability to monitor the body, the body goes to the point when it screams in pain, screams in suffering, and now the mind has to deal with own messed up thinking, own painful thoughts, including anxiety and panic attacks, and the body screaming. And every time it's a new stimuli, it will send people into their panic attacks and the depression, because now it's like oh, something is screaming, my leg is hurting. So I know that because I'm having some back issues because of some accidents before, and I got into panic attacks, and I can tell you from my own experience, right? So I'm a very complex mindset. I can think like how it feels to have depression, and I feel it. How it feels to have a panic attack, because I felt it. How it feels to suffer from your body issues, and I'm an empath, and I can sense when people are in pain. So talk to you later. Bye bye.